The bank lobby buzzed with quiet urgency as the CEO adjusted her schedule, a testament to her meticulous planning. Her company had skyrocketed through sharp decisions and unwavering focus, and today was no different. A routine meeting before a billion-dollar deal. She expected paperwork and a swift exit. Instead, she stepped into a moment that would redefine her understanding of character. Near the reception desk, business owners debated loans, elderly patrons waited calmly, and employees greeted regulars with practiced smiles. In the back, a man in a stained jacket and dusty boots sat with a young girl, her tiny fingers gripping a teddy bear as she colored softly. The CEO barely noticed them, dismissing them as ordinary. Yet something about the man lingered in her mind, a stillness in his posture, the way his eyes scanned the room not with fear, but with calculated vigilance. He observed the exits, the security cameras, the reflections in the marble, all while offering his daughter a gentle smile. Suddenly, chaos erupted as masked gunmen burst through the doors, rifles raised. A shot cracked into the ceiling, glass exploded, and screams tore through the air. The CEO ducked behind a pillar, her heart pounding. One robber barked orders, demanding phones and wallets. The father knelt beside his daughter, whispering, "Remember what we practiced," and she obeyed without hesitation, crawling beneath a desk. The CEO watched, stunned. Children rarely trusted instinctively like that. A gunman's gaze locked onto the father. "Stay put." The man raised his hands, his voice steady. "We're staying calm," he said, no tremor in his tone. The CEO studied him closely, his breathing even, his movements deliberate, his awareness total. This was no ordinary laborer. As robbers emptied cash drawers and forced the manager to open secure offices, the father's attention never wavered. He tracked their positions, noted their nervousness, counted them. The CEO realized he was analyzing the threat with military precision. When an elderly customer gasped for air, the father stepped forward. "Inhaler," the man hissed. The robber aimed his rifle. "I said nobody moves." The father met his gaze. "If he dies, this becomes murder." The threat faltered. 30 seconds. The father retrieved the inhaler, handed it to the man, and returned the weapon to his coat. "I'm helping you keep calm." Then a customer bolted, and a gunshot sent him sprawling. The father's eyes flicked to his daughter, who nodded subtly. The CEO's pulse raced. She had no idea who he was, but instinct screamed he was more than he seemed. When the robber looked away, the father struck. He wrenched the rifle skyward, drove his shoulder into the gunman's chest, and sent the weapon clattering. "Get down!" He roared, and the CEO pulled 2 trembling customers to safety. He slid across the floor, disarmed another attacker, and pinned him with a chair. The remaining robbers panicked, realizing their control was slipping. The father seized the dropped rifle, ejected the magazine, and flung both pieces away. "You've already lost," he said. "Don't make this worse." Police sirens wailed outside as officers swarmed the building. The robbers surrendered, their bravado crumbling. Silence fell, heavy with disbelief. The CEO approached the father, who was checking on his daughter, and embraced him. "I knew you'd keep everyone safe," she murmured. He smiled. "I promised." She asked how he stayed so calm, and he paused. "I served with an elite unit. After my wife died, I left that life. My daughter doesn't need a hero. She needs a father." The CEO's eyes glistened. "Today you were both." A week later, the bank honored the heroes, but the loudest applause went to the quiet man who had saved them all. Reporters asked why he'd risked everything. He simply held his daughter's hand and said, "Children learn courage from our choices, not our words." The crowd fell silent, then erupted in admiration. The CEO understood then. True leadership isn't in titles or wealth, but in the moments when fear reveals who we truly are. The father walked away with nothing but his daughter's proud smile, enough for a lifetime.